Hey everyone, this is Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Alright, today I'm going to do a quick video of comparing a external antenna, a 4x4 panel one from Waveform, being inside my attic, so behind OSB and shingles, and taking that exact same antenna, same gateway, same time, and moving it outside up on a TV mast that's above my roof line, just barely, but it is above it. And we're going to compare those speed differences there. So if you want to see other videos about taking apart the gateway or the waveform antennas themselves, what I think of them, check out my other videos on my channel. But otherwise, let's hop right into it and see how it does.
Alright, so I'm up here in my third floor loft area, and this is where I keep my T-Mobile home internet and my Verizon home internet, as well as a bunch of kitty stuff. It's kind of a playroom. But anyway, so I have the T-Mobile stuff here and the Verizon stuff here, and then I have a attic space here that I have put my external antennas, but then I also have a TV mast, and you can't quite see it from in here, but right now I have my over-the-air TV antenna and a cell booster antenna out there. So for this demo, what I'm going to show here is I have the T-Mobile Arcadia KVD21, and you can see I have my external antenna ports coming out of it going to a 4x4. Now what I'm going to show is the difference of it being in the attic space versus being all the way outside, because any obstruction, walls, the roof, that does hurt the signal, and I don't know exactly how much it's going to hurt it. So there are some calculators out there you can run as far as how much a sheet of OSB and shingles affects the signal, but there's no better way than to test it. So I have videos on how you install the 4x4 antenna and how do you take apart the gateway itself. So this video won't cover that, but in here in the attic you can see I have this 4x4 antenna. I know it's dark, but the 4x4 is basically hooked up here. It has a J mount, and that's all included in a kit from Waveform. And then you can see here I have the cabling, and here's on my 2x2. So I've compared these two, so I have all this stuff set up as like a test rig, so none of it's permanently installed because I keep playing with it. But I'm going to take this antenna out and put it outside. So let's first run a quick test to see what kind of speeds we're getting with it in the attic, and then we'll put it outside and test it again. Okay, so now I have my gateway here and it's plugged up. The order I have it is on the antenna from left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's hooked up to D, M, M1, M2. So that's how I've found is the best to get N41. I actually have a secret to tell you guys about getting N71 if you don't want N41. But this gives me my best connection. And you can see I get 4 out of 5 bars here, which doesn't tell you a whole lot. You really got to go into the cell metrics and see what your individual scores are. So for my LTE, I have band B2. I have a -91 RSRP and a signal to noise of about 14 or 15. So that's a decent signal. It's you couldn't have better, but at least that signal to noise is reasonable. Ideally you'd have it at 20 or higher, but also making sure the bandwidth of that signal is 20, which is the best that that LTE one can do. So for 5G now, I see I have N41. My RSRP is not fantastic. It's at -105, but my signal to noise again is okay. So these are reasonable signals. You can see here they flip around a little bit. This is a little bit better of a score than before. But let's go and test the speed of it. So we go in here to speed test, and we'll just let it do its thing. And I'll tell you that it's not being the fastest right now. It's being kind of slow. Typically I get definitely over 100, running 120, 150. My best I've gotten is up like at 300, but T-Mobile seems to be fairly inconsistent. So that's why I'm testing this stuff right now. I'm going to move it over there right now, and I'll be able to test it close together in time, because it does change day to day. This upload is really bad for me. You know, typically I'm in the 20s. So it's being slow right now, but here's a reference point. So 120 and 5, and then you can see my pings. The pings are the other thing we want to watch here. So this one is, take a picture of it just so I have it. 39 milliseconds of unloaded, and then loaded pings are 755 for down and 371 milliseconds for upload. And the jitter's at 3, so that jitter's good. But let's also test fast.com to see where it's going to land. You can see it just ran 130 and 6. But let's see what it does this time around. Alright, so we got 140 down. Loaded ping is 32. Or sorry, unloaded ping is 32. Loaded ping is 366. Now it's testing the upload speed. Alright, so it's looking fairly consistent here at about 5 for the upload. So let's get this antenna put outside, and we'll have it all hooked up the same way to the gateway. We'll just move the antenna. Alright, so for this temporary installation, I'm just going to go out this window here. There's no reason for me to actually go and drill a hole through the wall until I test this out and see if it does what I want it to do. Alright, so that should give me enough lead there to get it up to that tower. Alright, so now we have that external antenna out there on that mast. Cable routed in, same routing. I didn't actually even move these connections here. And then what you'll notice is I was trading off 4G signal for the 5G signal. And it didn't make a huge difference in some of these metrics. But if we look here on the LTE side, you can see I'm at minus 96 for RSRP. My signal noise is down at 8, so I think that's actually lower than it was before. So that means I'm getting more interference out there actually. So now if I go here to the 5G, you can see my metrics actually improved. Now I'm down at RSRP of minus 95 and an SINR of almost 19. So that is really what I was improving there. And then if I go here to a speed test to see what kind of difference that gives us, the first thing you'll notice is the ping is better. So this is something I've noticed, is ping gets better when the antenna is all the way outside versus behind anything. And then you see my speeds here are now in the 130s versus 120. So I got a 10% or more improvement actually on the download, and then the upload is also faster. It's about double what it was out there. And again, both of these speeds, for me at least, they're actually on the slow side, but it's been kind of slow for a while here now, for whatever reason. So we look here, I think, if I recall, those loaded pings are about the same. I think that was 755 before. I forget what it was for upload, but jitter is 2 instead of 3 before. So those are good speeds. It certainly improves it. And then if we go to fast.com, let's see, before it ran that 150 number a little while ago. So now we're, again, a lot faster. This was 140, I believe, before. And so we can look here at our unloaded and loaded pings. And then I think the upload last time ended up actually below 5. It was like at 4, 4.5 or something. So again, a marked improvement in speed with going to the outside. And this is, same cable length, same everything. In fact, that outside one is directionally incorrect distance-wise for the tower, since the tower is closer to this side where the antenna is pointing. So I'm another 40, 50 feet away from the tower, which obviously isn't huge. But so this certainly helps your speeds. Is it a drastic improvement? Nope. All these things are incremental. So if you were to follow my past things from going from the stock unit here, right here where it's sitting, to go into the 2x2, to go into the 4x4 in the attic, and then now going to 4x4 outside, you'll see each one is an incremental step. But if you add them all up, it actually makes a pretty big change to both your download and upload speeds, as well as your ping.
Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed this video and it was educational, and you can see the differences that you might see at your house with something being inside versus outside, and you decide if it's worth the effort and time to get it mounted outside the house versus something inside. The thing I will say is, you saw my LTE, so my 4G signal, it actually got worse, significantly worse signal to noise. And that is because it had more interference. So there are actually some upsides to having your antenna be somewhat shielded from just the open air. Now, in the best case, I would put the house behind the antenna up high, and the antenna would have a clear path to my tower that I wanted, and any other tower or sources would be blocked by the house. That would be the best case scenario. But something to keep in mind, that not only do you need to consider being outside, but also where outside you go. So if you follow like the waveform instructions, they'll tell you to go to each side of the house as well as the roof and point your antenna in all the different directions, so you can really pick up what is the best way, not just what you think might be the best location. So you really need to test it and find out. But let me know in the comments down below if you have learned something yourself, or if you have any other questions for me regarding this stuff.